Do you want to know why all these celebrities, coaches, consultants, course creators are adding you to their close friends on Instagram? You might have noticed that all these big accounts with hundreds of thousands or millions of followers are adding you to their close friends. And you might be here because you're wondering why, or you might be here because you want to learn how to do it. And we're going to cover both of those things right now. Contrary to what you might believe, you're not actually their close friend. They're just doing it because it is one of the most effective marketing plays in 2025. Essentially, the theory is we watched Billie Eilish do this back in April of 2024. And, she added over 100 million people to her close friends. So, I'm sitting over here like, why the heck did she do that? How did she do this? And I got with my team and I got with some developers and basically figured out that if you add all of your followers to close friends and you post to your close friend stories, then your stories bump to the front. Mom's always calling, right? Your stories bump to the front because you get the power back to tell Instagram who your most loyal followers are. And we just so happen to figure out how to tell Instagram it's all of your followers, right? So if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's a little green circle on Instagram. I'll show you an example here. Essentially, this is one of our clients, Tanner Chittister. Please don't go bombard him, ask him a bunch of questions. But essentially, he's posting to his close friend's story. And because of that, he's getting a lot more views, a lot more leads, and a lot more sales for his business. That doesn't look fun. But you might be wondering, well, how are they doing this? Can everyone do this? Can I just go and add my followers to close friends manually? And we'll cover all of that here. So the first question is, can you do this manually? Can you add all of your followers on Instagram? And the answer is no. The answer is no, with a caveat. If you only have a couple hundred or 1,000 followers, then you most likely can. But if you have 10,000, 20,000, 50,000 or more followers, then you cannot do this yourself. And the reason being is because you can only add anywhere between 50 and 100 people to your close friends list every single day. And then you also get capped at a specific amount of your followers that you're able to add. But that begs the question, how did Billie Eilish add all of her followers? Because if she has 120 million followers, that would have taken her years to add all of her followers manually. And even then, Instagram wouldn't allow her to. So there's something else going on here. And I had to figure out what exactly they knew that I didn't, because I was seeing these big personal brands doing this. And I figured that there's something that they know that I don't in regards to marketing. So we did some research, we did some development, and we found a couple solutions. The problem with the solutions, these are like Chrome extensions and sketchy softwares. They're running all the actions from your Instagram account, right? So they're very risky because you're basically pulling all these API requests from Instagram and you're basically demanding a lot from Instagram. Now, Instagram doesn't like automation. Instagram doesn't like that. So we created our own solution and we figured out a way to add up to 1 million followers per day to your close friends without any risk of being banned whatsoever and without you giving us your password directly. Now, you're probably wondering, like, what would this look like for my account? So I'll share a couple examples here and I'll also tell you how many followers they have so you can get a good idea of what this would look like for you. So KT here, he's got around 400,000 followers. He went from 8,400 story views to 96,000 story views just by changing one thing, which was having us upload all of his followers to close friends. KT texted us and he's like, dude, this is crazy. I have so many DMs. I can't even handle all of them. He booked 60 sales calls in his first 24 hours of working with us. Tanner posted before he went to bed, woke up with 18,000 views, collected $8,000 to a mid-ticket product. This guy was at 1,000 to 2,000 views, got up to 40,000 views, and then sold a $20,000 license. This is a smaller account. I think he has like 6,000 followers, but he went from 200 views to 1,500 in his first 24 hours with 25 opt-ins to his online coaching, booked 6 sales calls, and sold the first one. So you can see across the board, no matter what, people are crushing at. This guy was at 1,000 to 3,000 views, got up to 20,000, absolutely blew his mind. This guy 7x his story views. And then we work with really big accounts too. So this guy has millions of followers. He went from 30,000 to 217,000 views. He's almost getting 250,000 views every time he posts. So you can imagine how many leads he gets from these stories as opposed to these stories. Now, 30,000 views is still a lot, but when we 9x that and we put him at 217, you can imagine the impact that had for him and his business. Tanner here went from 1,100 to 29.4 thousand. And we work with really anyone and everyone who has something to sell on Instagram. Now, preferably, we like to work with people who already sell somewhat of a high ticket service or course or product because we can get them ROI a lot quicker. But certainly, we're in a bunch of different industries. You might recognize some of these names. Tai Lopez with 2.8 million followers. We did this for him. Paul Hills, 1 million followers. Cody Sperber, clever investor. AJ Ellison's a fitness coach with 800,000 followers. Chris Crone is in real estate. Richard Uzzi, Jeremy Miner, Jason Stone, a bunch of people, and a lot of people who are left out of here. Here's another client of ours that we don't even have on our website. 2.3 million followers, and he's absolutely crushing it, right? So what I want you guys to understand is like, this is what the big guys are doing right now. And by the time you learn about it in their course a year from now, it's already going to be too late. The wave is already going to be gone because I promise you in 6 months, it's not going to work like it's working today. It's working extremely well, especially if you have something to sell on Instagram and you have a lot of followers. Okay, now my business is Social Growth Co. We typically like to work with people with 100,000 plus followers, but we don't turn people away unless they have like under 10,000 followers. Okay, now you might have a couple questions for us. Well, do you need to give us access to your account? The answer is no. You basically just connect your account to our software, a lot like Bashar did, a lot like Tai Lopez did. And again, these are multi-million-dollar brands. So, it just goes to show that we know what we're doing and these guys are willing to trust us with their account that's worth millions of dollars. So you just connect your account a lot like a post scheduler or mini chat, and then we handle the rest. Typically, we can have all your followers added in 1 to 2 days. If your account's a little bit larger like Tai's, it's going to take a little bit longer, but nothing crazy. And then we also give you the framework. So we also give you the exact scripts that we have used to generate $200,000 in sales a month from Instagram in order to convert those views into actual leads and clients, right? Now, the reason why I love this strategy so much is because you don't have to rely on ads. You don't have to rely on content. I posted maybe once a month for the last 3 months, and it's been the highest revenue generating months that I've been in business. I'm just posting to the close friends stories. Okay. So you don't have to rely on ads. You don't have to post a ton of content. Really, you just got to post your stories once or twice a week and capitalize on all the followers who are not seeing your content. Because the reality is like you have buyers who follow you. They're just not seeing your stuff. And how is someone going to buy from you if they're not seeing your content? Oftentimes when someone comes in, 1 to 5% of their audience is seeing their stories. Well, what if we bump that up to 30%? What if we bump that up to 25%? What would that do? Well, it would get 5 to 10 times the amount of leads, the amount of people raising their hand saying, hey, I want more information about your thing, or clicking a website link or filling out a form, whatever your call to action is. And that's exactly what we do. Now we focus on doing this quickly. So how can we get you leads as soon as possible? And then how can we sustain it? How can we keep this going? And, if you're not growing very fast, this might just be something that you'd want to do for a month or two and just hammer your current audience because you're going to get your content right in front of them. And we don't want to sell every single day, 365 days of the year, unless we're getting new faces in there that we can pitch to, right? Now, if you are growing constantly, my team can also go and add all of your new followers every day as they come in. So they're added to your close friends list and you go to the front of the story feed. If you're interested in learning more about this, or you have any follow-up questions for me, feel free to book a call with me specifically on our calendar from the link below. We'd love to talk with you. We'd love to tell you some of the case studies we have with some of the biggest names in the industries here and see if it's a good fit to help you scale your business to the moon and make 2025 the best year that you've ever had.